much further along are you compared to last year at this point? I think.
I would say a lot. I got bigger, stronger, and I think the game itself is just slowed down a ton. When I got here in June, I was kind of all over the place. It was only my second year playing linebacker. They had me at the dollar position, they had me at the will. But once this off season and the end of last season came, I think the game, like I said, just definitely slowed down. Just became easier and faster.
How much of the game slowing down was attributed to you being able to play, at the end of the year?
Yeah, I think that was a big part of it. Just getting more experience. The coaches trusting me to put me on the field, and especially as a young kid. Just working off my mistakes and just not making those mistakes again. You know what I'm saying?
After last season, when Jordan and Luma opted to move on, obviously at the time there was kind of like a clear path for you to potentially grab a starting job. I'm just curious, what was kind of just your reaction when they brought in a couple transfers, a lot of guys that played some big time football, and brought those guys in?
Yeah, it was tough to see Muma and Jordan leave, but the transfers coming in, not a lot to say about it. I just knew it was going to be a great competition to be with them. But they're all great dudes, great people to talk to. So honestly, just having more competition is more fun. So it's been great so far.
You guys just kind of maybe envision this working with so many guys who have. I know Coach Stress and Coach Fickle want to rotate guys, but how do you kind of just envision the challenge of playing off each other and maybe sharing snaps?
Yeah, I think they're kind of looking at like 3 dudes to maybe rotate in. It's hard to tell now. I think we're all just competing for those first 2 spots, and we'll see what happens from there.
What stood out to you about Jaheim and Tackett specifically?
They're great. They're athletic. I think that's the biggest thing. You definitely need a lot of athleticism in today's game, especially with Jaheim. He's really athletic and long, and Tackett's, he's got a lot of speed to him as well, and he understands the game really well. So, but I think the biggest part of our room is just the biggest jump is just the athleticism. I think it's a really big jump.
Coach Fickle's talked about it a couple of times, wanting the kind of the whole program on edge or playing to the edge. Like, what's that like on a day to day? Like, we see on the practice field, maybe some blow ups or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, how does that translate to the rest of the weight room, the meeting room, stuff like that?
Yeah, I think just bringing your A game to everything you do, whether it's the film room, on the field, off the field. Just always bring that edge. Just trying to get better every single day. And obviously it translates on the field in practice. There's always going to be a fight here and there or something like that, just because guys are getting after it, trying to compete and get better.
It felt like the message Coach Fickle and Coach Stressel preached was athleticism and length, trying to get some more of that. Do you see that kind of in the linebacker room? And as a result, have you guys been able to do some different things in terms of implementing your game plan and things like that?
Yeah, obviously length helps a lot, especially in like the pass game. Getting in those open windows and trying to make like interceptions and stuff like that, tip passes, and also just like getting dudes off you. Especially with bigger linemen nowadays, you need longer arms. So there's definitely been a huge improvement in athleticism. It's been a lot of fun.
Your length obviously was kind of a big factor of how you were able to get on the field last year. Do you envision, potentially if you're not getting as many snaps at inside linebacker, that could be used for you to be in those situational packages again?
Yeah, definitely. They had me kind of in that dollar package last year. They had me at the Mike position. So they had me. That's kind of spying the quarterback, running different blitz packages, and yeah.
Usually, year 1 to year 2, you put on a lot of weight, change your body when you get in the program. What's kind of their plan for you, just given that you may not know what type of role you're going to have yet, and you need to be as fast as safety sometimes.
Yeah, they kind of told me, get to the weight you can get and still feel like you can run well and stuff like that. So they didn't tell me to get to a specific weight, but I just knew myself. I just needed to get stronger and bigger. So I tried my best to do that off season, and it worked well. And obviously, I feel good on the field as well. I don't really feel that I lost any speed.
How much weight did you decide to put on?
It was like probably like 229, and the season last year I'm like 240. Yeah.
Is that the goal kind of for the linebacker room in general? Just trying to have maybe the linebackers play around that 240 weight or something?
Yeah, I would say like 235, 240. You don't want to be too big. But as long as you can still move and you're still fast, it really doesn't matter what weight you're at.